My name's Arielle Leon, as you know, and we have a lot of work to do in this world and on our mat today. So we're going to get started. Little note on props. If you have 2 blocks, that'd be great. If you have a towel or a strap, that's awesome. If you know you like practicing handstands against a wall, you can be near a wall or just clear some space. You can also have some furniture nearby that would be like waist height, maybe like a couch. And we are going to start to practice the music. Here we go. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now come onto your seat, feet together, knees wide. And then give your feet a massage. You can run your thumbs along the arches of your feet, working your way from the heel to the ball mound. And then slowly working towards the inner edges of your feet, all the way across. In our practice today, as we work into handstands, we're going to need to stretch the whole back body, starting with the feet. So when we massage the fascia of our feet and our toes, go ahead and pull on those. It already begins to open up the whole back chain of the body. And then we'll continue to stretch hamstrings and spine and shoulders. Make sure you get the tops of your feet as well. Give the tops of your feet a little squeeze. And then you can work your way up to the ankles. Squeezing your shins, your calves. See how it's all feeling today. Just knowing what you're working with. This handstand practice, like all good things, takes determination and discipline. So we'll bring that back. Maybe it floated away during these past 12 months with all the chaos, all the craziness. But now that we are turning a new leaf, starting a new administration, a new moon, a new year, bring it back to that hard work. So you can finish up your massage and then keep your legs as they are. If you have blocks, you're welcome to rest them beneath your thighs, and then we'll make our way back onto the spine. So easiest way to do that is just to take your elbows to the floor behind you, and then you're back to the mat. And you could choose to have your hands resting on your low belly, or if it feels best, you can have one hand on your heart. Take a moment here to press your head into the earth, and then loop your shoulders back so your neck feels nice and long. Notice that slight arch in your lumbar spine, your lower back. Feel your hips heavy, relax. Not only the glutes, but also the abdomen. Feel it just softening in. Trust your props or gravity if you don't have any props, and just let your legs release, relax. Noticing the inner thighs, the adductors. Letting go. We're going to use those a lot in our practice today. So give them this time to release, stretch. And see if you can notice your feet coming together in the outer edge. Relaxing the toes, softening your eyes. Allowing the mind to focus on your breath. Those long, slow cycles in through the nose. Out through the mouth, let it go. Do that again, inhale nose. Exhale mouth. One more time, inhale nose. Exhale mouth. And just breathe naturally. Practice listening. Listen to your breath. Be the listener of your thoughts. Listen to your body. One of the greatest gifts we can offer someone is our full attention, truly listening. You know what it means to feel heard. And you likely know how it feels when you're not being heard. But if we can remember that it all starts with us, if we can listen to ourselves and hear what's going on in our own little world, the microcosm meets the macrocosm. The better you can listen to yourself, the better you can listen to others. Take a few moments in silence to be with yourself. To see who's on the mat today. Now, from this place of listening, of knowing, set an intention for your day or your weekend. What is it you're here to do on this earth, on this mat, in this life? And remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So the discipline and the focused attention you practice here in our asana inquiry will come with you into whatever dreams you dream of. Dream of that intention, that version of you that is content and whole. Breathe it in deep down. Share it with the world as you let it out. And go slow. Simply start to roll your wrists around. See how they're doing today. Then mindfully, we'll stretch one leg out at a time. Start with the right leg, stretch it long. Flex to the ankle and then match the left leg nice and long. Extend your arms over your head, reach, reach, reach from edge to edge, like a full body yawn. Please draw your right knee into your chest, hold on to your shin with your laced fingertips and roll that right ankle in circles. Keep your left leg nice and strong. Tone your quadricep on that left leg and press through the ball mound. We're going to use this point of the foot as we move through our practice today, so find it now. Good, and then take a gentle twist, drawing your right knee over towards the left. Take it easy, we're just getting started. Let your left hip scooch underneath your right hip. And then you can choose to drag your right arm up over your head like that extension, or turn your eyes to the right, let your right elbow open wide, extend your right arm to the right. Close your eyes. Breathe out all the way down into the belly. Take 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale. Good. Begin to roll back onto your spine with that right knee still drawn in. And on your breath out, simply switch. Exhale as the right leg straightens. Hug your left knee in, and we'll find those ankle circles on that left foot. Meanwhile, check in with your right quad. The ball mound of your right foot pressing forward as if you're standing on the far wall with your tippy toes. And then can you feel your shoulders nestle down your back? Very nice. One more good breath. Set up for your twist. Left knee moves to the right. Scoot your right hip underneath your left. You can start with that left arm extended up over your head, and then from there, fan your left arm wide. Turn your eyes to the left. Find that exhale way deep down in the belly, creating more space for you to twist. Do your best to keep your right leg engaged. Can you feel the outer edge of your right foot, that pinky toe pushing into the earth? Enjoy one more long and slow breath. Exhale. Now rolling back, keep your left knee drawn in with your fingers laced over your shin. Then we'll lift the head off the ground so you can look forward, look down towards your feet, and then start to hover that right heel just a few inches off the mat. For a little bit of heat, a little bit of core, take a breath in, and then exhale as you switch. Hug the right knee in, keeping your head lifted, hover the left. Inhale, switch, hugging the left knee in. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. As you pull your knee into your chest, lift your chest even more. Stay with it. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Now another round like this, and then we'll switch it up. Hold on to the back of your left thigh or your left calf so the legs stay long. Keep the rhythm. Keep switching with the breath. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Stay with it for 3, 2, 1. Switch. Now find that right leg in your arms and then rest your head on the ground, rest your left leg down. We'll stay here for a few breaths, stretching your right hamstring. So your hands can be on your hamstring or your calf, or maybe they catch the heel. Focus on your back body. Can you feel your skull, your shoulder blades, your glutes, your pelvis, symmetrical on the earth? That slight arch in your lower spine. Keep pressing through the ball mound of your right foot, that floint, that's the half flex and the half point. Good. And then draw your left leg up, hold on to that left leg, and then slowly let the right leg descend forward and towards the floor. Find your hamstring stretch on the left side. Find integrity in your spine. Integrity in your life. Imagine your left sitting bone can kiss your right heel, that hugging in. Okay. Now you can walk your hands down just behind the left knee crease and then rise up. Slowly use the launch of that left leg to help you sit up. And then we'll come into a tabletop. So you can crisscross your shins or swing your heels around, making your way onto hands and knees. Now focus on your hands. Shoulder distance apart, fingertips pressing firmly into the mat, that ball mound of your hands, the metacarpal knuckles rooting down, the heels of your hands as well. And then like you could pinch the floor beneath you, let those mid knuckles lift, and then round your spine, push down into the ground, cat pose, stay there. This press that you're doing is something you're gonna feel when we work on our handstands later on. Can you put a little more weight in the index finger knuckles? You push through your palms a little more. Curl the tailbone under, hug the low belly in, stay with it. One more breath. Good, and then slowly melt your heart towards the mat and lift your chin, arching your back, stay like that. Now feel your shoulder blades squeeze together on your back. That is a retraction of your rhomboids. You're gonna want that every time you do a chaturanga. That way you use your strong back body muscles more so than your shoulders or your biceps. Now find a neutral spine. We're gonna stretch the right wrist. So take the back of your right hand to the ground. So all your fingernails are pointing down toward your knees and on the mat. And then find that cat pose in your back. As you round your spine, let your 5 fingernails press firmly into the floor. Good, now as you pass through neutral, we're gonna flip the hand over. So stay with the right hand, just flip the palm facing down, fingers still pointing backwards towards your knees, come into cow. Lift your chin in the back body. Awesome, and then from a neutral spine, we'll find the wrist stretch on the other side. So back of the left hand on the mat, all 5 fingernails on the floor, round your spine for cat pose. Can you feel all 5 of your left fingernails on the floor? Great, especially that thumb. 2 more. And as you transition into cow, flip your hand over so the palm's facing down, but the fingers are pointing back towards your knees. As you lift your chin, breathe in. Cool, now come back to your neutral spine, both fingers pointing forward. Tuck your right toes under and lengthen through your right leg. So your right leg is long, hands gripping as they did before. Now I'd like you to look back at your right toes. Notice the ball mound pressing into the floor, all those toes tucked under. Can you keep that? Keep looking at your toes as you let your right leg rise up, line your heel up with your hip. You should still be able to see your right toes. Spiral the pinky toenail towards the earth. Spiral the inner thigh to the sky, and then unlock your chin, look forward, breathe in. Now the opposite arm, the left arm is gonna extend long by your ear. Take it slow. Have your left thumb facing up, and see if you can lift your arm so high you can't even see it in your peripheral vision. Hug the ribs in, find the abdomen, stay with the breath. Now inhale, curl in on the exhale, draw the left elbow to meet the right knee. Exhale, exhale. Good, inhale, re-extend through your right toes and your left fingertips. Exhale, coil in, knee to elbow. Breathe in as you lengthen and strengthen your back body. Breathe out as you curl in and strengthen your front body. Good, we got 2 more to go. Inhale, get long. Exhale, compact. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, meet in the middle. Now re-extend your arm and your leg. Cactus your left elbow wide. Feel the shoulder blade still active on the back. And then imagine that right knee is also cactusing to the side. Find the balance. Grounding into that right index finger knuckle. 1 more breath. Tabletop, exhale, hands and knees on the mat. When you're ready, other side, tuck your left toes, press back through your left heel. Reignite the fingertips, the knuckles, the base of the palm. And then you can use your eyes for now. Look at your left toes. Watch your left leg lift, pressing through the ball mound of your foot. Use your left glutes and then start to look forward, breathe in. Hug the low ribs in, push down with the ground, and then right arm forward by the ear. Take your time. Now, if the balance, it's tricky, it might be that your left toes have started to turn open to the side. The more you can internally rotate the left thigh, the more you can hug to the midline. Steady the breath. Use everything that's on the earth. Take an inhale, and then curl in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. 4. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. 3. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract for 2. 1 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out, hug in. Now extending long. Find that cactus in your right elbow nice and wide. Match it with your left knee opening to the side. If you can elevate through the limbs, equalize the weight on the two limbs that are on the earth. And then reset in your tabletop. Nice. Take a breath in, just look forward. And then walk your hands forward, come into a modified plank. Slowly lower all the way to the earth. Let your forehead rest. Slide your hands back so they're by your chest. Extend long through your legs. Root down with the tops of your feet. Light up through your knees. Lengthen through your tail. Exhale. Now slowly inhale, lift your forehead off the floor, hover your heart, and maybe you hover your palm arches or your entire palm for 4. Feel your shoulders pinch together on your back. Can you feel your pinky toenails touch your mat? Find that internal rotation, push down with your feet, squeeze through your knees, lengthen and lift. One more deep breath. Awesome, release hands and head down on the earth. Nice deep breath in. Smooth breath out. Good, now keep your hands on the ground this time as we find cobra. Hands are by the heart line. Root into the feet. Inhale, lift your head, your heart, maybe also hips and thighs. Keep the tone in your legs. Hands are exactly as they were before, rooting into the fingertips, the ball mounds. Try to pinch your shoulder blades together. Look up. Downward dog. Exhale. Lift your hips. You can roll over the tops of your feet or tuck your toes under one at a time. I'll take 5 breaths here. Doing whatever you need. Breathe. Find all that same technique in your hands, gripping into the fingertips, the palm mounds, the heels of your hands. Be generous with yourself if you need to bend your knees, it's all good. Find that nice length in your spine. Beautiful, Erin, beautiful, Brianna, awesome, Cindy. Keep it up, mama. Awesome. Now we'll slowly make our way to the top. You can elevate your heels as you look up, soften in the knees, and then walk it up. Find that hips width distance with your feet. Take your spine halfway up. Now, option here to interlace your hands behind your back, or if you have a towel or a strap, you could use that. Allow your knees to soften as you fold in, stretching the shoulders, stretching the heart space. Let your head hang like a heavy coconut. Shake it out. Yeah. Let your arms release down, release your strap or your towel, and go slow as you round and rise. We'll meet you in mountain pose with arms by your sides. Just close your eyes. Feel your feet the same way you felt your hands, with the toes spread wide, the ball mounds rooting down, the toe pads and the heels. Feel that lift in your arches and the lift in your kneecaps, your quads. A little bend in the knees, a little length in the tail. Shoulders gather on the back. Chin in. One more deep breath. Exhale. Go slow. Open your eyes. Reach for the sky. Breathe in. Swan dive forward fold. Breathe out. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, place your hands on the ground. Step your right foot all the way back, followed by the left. High plank to chaturanga. On that same out breath, you could use your knees on the mat if you wish. Moving through baby cobra or upward facing dog. Keep the tone in your legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Good. Rise onto your tippy toes. Look at your hands. Inhale. Bend your knees a lot, and on that breath out, step or hop to the top. Feet are still hip width apart as you lengthen halfway. Breathe in. Exhale, dive in, chin to chest. Reverse your swan dive, arms open wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades on your back as you lift up. Hands to the heart for the exhale. Beginning again, inhale, reach overhead, Utthita Tadasana. Exhale, folding into Uttanasana. Inhale to extend halfway, lift Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands on the earth. Step your left foot back, followed by your right. Continue to lower to chaturanga. Use your glutes. Use your quads the whole time through up dog. Inhale. Drawing the navel in to help you lift your hips, downward facing dog. One generous breath here. Let it go. Good. Elevate your heels, look up. Bend your knees a lot, then walk or pounce to the top. Feet hips width, halfway lift. Feel those shoulders squeeze together on the back. Exhale, diving in. All the way up, arms wide to the sky, inhaling. Hands to the heart, exhale. One more time, Surya Namaskar A, inhale, extend to the sky. Exhale, turn on your quads so that you can keep your hips over your heels as you fold forward. Halfway rise. Now this time you can step back or float back. Hands to the mat, slide your feet back like you're wearing roller skates, and then slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. You know what to do. Find your way home, downward facing dog. Now we'll stay here. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Imagine like we did when we were in our tabletop. You can turn the toes in, see them spiral in, breathe in. Good. Exhale, bring the right knee to touch the right elbow. Inhale, re-extend your right toes to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to touch your nose. Inhale, re-extend, three-legged dog. Bring the right knee to touch the left elbow. Awesome. Kick it up one more time. Breathe in. Now we'll step it through for warrior one. So bring that right foot forward, spin your left heel to the ground so your left foot's 45 degrees. And then take your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your chest. It all begins at that back heel. The more you can ground your back heel, the more you can drive that left hip forward. So having your feet hips width apart can help you ground that back foot. Give yourself all the space you need. Doing your best to stack your right knee. And the arms reach when you're ready, up overhead. Soften your shoulders down your back body. Now take a breath in and give your left arm a tricep stretch. Fold your left elbow, take your left hand to your upper back. Hold on to that left elbow with your right hand. See if you can slide your fingertips down your spine. Gently lift your head up into your elbow. And then option here to lean to the right. Keep grounding through that right big toe. Feel your left glute engage. Nice. Now unwind, arms overhead, breathe in. Interlace your hands behind your back or use your strap. Extend through your heart, breathe in. And then bow forward. Rest your right shoulder on your right thigh for humble warrior. Now feel your right heel heavy. Hug that right hip back. Squeeze to the midline. Strong in your left leg. Nice. Now keep your chest low. Take your left hand to the earth, setting up for side plank. Two options here. You can bend your left knee to the mat and stretch your right foot back, right hand on hip, or spin to the outer edge of your left foot and stack your right foot on top. You can start in the modified version and then make your way to the shape. Feel your big toes touch, but your heels separate. Feel your glutes engage. You can look down at that left index finger knuckle that's rooting down, or you can look up at that right arm that's floating over your shoulder. Breathe. One more breath. Good. Extend your right arm long over your ears. You breathe in and slowly make it to high plank. Chaturanga, exhale. You got this. Up dog, breathe in. Take it home, down dog pose. You are strong, you are capable. Breathe in. Let it go. Take one more breath. Bring that energy with you as you lift your left leg. Keep the toes turned in, press through the ball mounds. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee, left elbow touch. Inhale, kick it high. Touch your nose with your knee, make contact, exhaling. Inhale, lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Now touch your right elbow with your left knee. Good, one more good kick, breathe in. Coming into the warrior one, bring that left foot forward, spin your right heel down. Your stance could be wide, but also short. So that right heel's on the ground, hands can be on the hips. You can feel those hip bones pointing straight ahead. As your tail lengthens down, do your best to stack your left knee. When you're feeling steady, arms reach. Exhale. Feel from that right heel to the right hand getting longer. Fold the right elbow, hand to the upper back, tricep stretch. Lift your chin. Lean to the left. Breathe. Keep listening. Awesome. Unwrap your arms, reach overhead. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back or use your strap. Long through the arms, breathe in. Bowing forward, humbly into humble warrior. Hug your left sitting bone back and in like it can touch your right heel. Maybe you could even see the tone in your right quadricep. Relax your head, chin in, maybe even shake it out. One more breath. Good, and then touch down, setting up for your side plank option to bend the right knee to the earth and stretch your left foot back, left hand to hip, or coming to the outer edge of the right foot, stack the left one on top. You can look down for more ease. Tell your hand to do what it knows to do, pressing into the fingerprints, the ball mound, or looking up while that right hand continues to do what it knows to do. Lifting through the left arm, perhaps. Breathe, 3, 2, and then that left arm can come long over your ears. You breathe in on your way to plank pose and move through your chaturanga. Good, coming through up dog, breathe in. Child's pose, knees wide, hips to heels, just rest forehead to floor. Receive, let your palms flip up. Receiving the breath, receiving the better days that are ahead. Feel your hip creases pull back. We work hard and then we rest hard. Allow yourself to soften and truly rest, because then we work hard again. Take your time making your way to the dog pose, shifting back onto your hands, tuck your toes, lift your knees, stretch through your legs. Who is this new version of you? So strong in the shoulders, check in. Excellent, exhale. Beautiful, elevate your heels, look forward, breathe in. Bend your knees a lot and then walk or float lightly to the top. This time, bring your feet together so your big toes touch, but keep your heels separated like that plank variation we did. Inhale to extend your spine, and then exhale to fold in. Now please sit into chair pose. As you bend your knees, curl your tailbone low. Your hands can travel forward for now, palms facing up. Loop your shoulders back, squeeze them together. Move your hips back, bend your knees a little farther forward. Now please take your hands to prayer in front of you, breathe in, and then twist to your right. Exhale, your left elbow hooks outside your right thigh. Take your time, feel your big toes pushing down, your two knees hugging into one another, and that left knee pulling back, that left hip pulling back. Notice the exhale way deep down in the abdomen. Now can you knit your shoulder blades together on your back body? Awesome, and then just turn the chin up, one more breath. Keep your hips as they are. Just unwind your spine out of the twist on your breath in. And then other side, exhale, right elbow outside the left thigh. Beginning from the ground up. Looking good. Hug the right hip back. It's all just physics, equal and opposite force of the left hand pushing into the right elbow pushing into the left knee pushing into the right knee. And then turn the chin and breathe. Awesome. Now keep the hips low. Unwind your twist. Chair pose. Breathe in. Fold forward. Exhale. Lengthen your legs. Good. Cycle through your vinyasa if you wish, or you can skip it. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Hands to mat. Step or float it back. Chaturanga if you choose. We'll always meet in downward facing dog. Exhale to get there. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Now please lift your right leg to the sky into three-legged dog. And then exhale, draw your knee into your nose just once. Pick it up again, breathe in. Now as you step forward with your right foot, we'll keep that back heel lifted for high lunge. Now the hands can come to hips to help you balance, but eventually we'll bring the arms up overhead. Inhale. Good. Cactus your elbows wide. Hover your left knee just an inch above the earth. Keep your inner thighs active. Inhale, re-extend your arms to the sky, straighten your back leg. Exhale, hover the left knee, open your elbows, shoulders squeeze. Inhale, re-extend arms to the ceiling, long through your left knee. For 3, exhale, feel the midline of your body, hugging everything in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, get low. Inhale, get high. One more time, exhale, lunge, pulse. Find that high lunge, squeeze through your left glute, hold it here. Drive that left hip forward. Look up, breathe in. Good, now make it warrior 2. Spin your left heel to the mat, fan your arms wide, let your palms face up for a moment. And then like you're just clicking everything into place. Scoop your shoulders back, squeeze them together, flip your palms down and keep that little micro bend in your elbow so your triceps are still firing. And then imagine you could push down into something, like you wanted to bounce up out of a pool of water. Push down, reach up through the crown. Send the right shin farther forward. Breathe. Is your left glute active? Find it. Use it. 2 more breaths. Good, and then reverse the warrior with your right arm reaching up overhead. Let your left arm drape down your back leg. Nothing changes below the waist. Stay active. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, come up through your warrior 2. Find your side angle pose. Right elbow towards the right thigh. The left hand can be on the hip. Feel that right hip crease, create space by scooping that right sitting bone under slightly. And then open up through the right knee a little more. Nice, feel that left glute firing. And then maybe left hand reaches straight up for the ceiling or alongside your ear. Option here to find a deeper variation with that right hand reaching down for the block or the ground, inside or outside of that front foot. 2 more breaths. You are strong, you got this. Now looking towards the ground, let your left hand come down for side plank on the left side. Now that left hand's on the floor, you can spin to the outer edge of the left foot or use the version we did before with the knee on the mat. If you're in the full version, hover your right foot off the left. Be active through your feet. Press through the toes, squeeze through the knees. Your next pose is wild thing. If that feels all right on your shoulders, spin that right foot to the ground behind you. And I invite you to take your right hand to the back of your head, like you're just holding your head up, and think about the elbow being the fullest extension. So the right elbow reaching forward while the left leg is nice and long for 3, 2, 1. Flip around, plank or 3-limbed plank. Inhale to get there. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Take it back, downward dog. 1 breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg. Knee to the nose 1 time, breathe out. Inhale, kick it high. Exhale, big step through. High lunge is where we're headed. You can keep that back heel lifted as your hands move to your hips, lift your chest. Find your balance, loop your shoulders back, and then the arms rise up. Pulse, elbows wide, hover the right knee. 5. Inhale, re-extend. Take it low. You could look at that left big toe to help you balance. Keep it on the ground. 4. Inhale, lengthen. Imagine your tailbone was directing your pull to the earth. 3. Inhale. Let your shoulders continue to squeeze, that retraction of the rhomboids. 2. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pulse. Good. Breathe in, extend up. Good. Take it low 1 more time and then find that high lunge, re-extend through your right leg, turn on that right quad, that right glute, drive the hip forward. Inhale. Warrior 2. Exhale. You can start with the palms up, let the shoulders straight back. Feel the shoulders squeeze an imaginary pencil and then flip your hands to face down. Flare out the elbows, that micro bend utilizes the triceps. And like your hands are pushing down. Check in with the right glute. Trust that you already know what to do. Breathe. Last 2. Last breath. Awesome. Flip the left hand to the sky. Drape your right arm down your back leg. Turn your chin up. Deep in the left knee. Strong in the right knee. Yeah, inhale, coming through your warrior two for side angle pose. Left forearm to the thigh, right hand to the hip, or right hand to the sky. Keep listening to your breath. Keep it steady. Keep listening to your body. What does it need? Maybe the right arm comes over the ear and the left hand gets closer to the earth. Last 3 breaths. 2, 1. Yeah, take the right hand to the earth for your side plank on the right side. Hands on the ground. Maybe the right knee comes to the floor or spin to the outer edge of the right foot. And then as you take that left leg back, straighten your left leg out. Hover the left leg over the right for 3, 2. Finding your wild thing. Step your left toes behind you. You can take your hand to the back of your skull. Just support your head and your neck. And think about that left elbow point being the end of this long arch you're creating. Through the right toes for 3, 2. Awesome. Flip it over. 3-limbed plank pose. 3-limbed chaturanga if you choose. Coming through up dog. Now you decide down dog or child's pose. Exhale. Release heat out of the mouth. Release any expectations. Meet yourself again. All right, here we go. Whether you're in the child's pose or the downward dog, you can elevate that right foot and end up with that right foot outside your right pinky finger. Lower your left knee to the ground, coming into your low lunge. Coming into your lizard lunge. So your hands are inside of your right ankle. Now you can have your hands on blocks, loop your shoulders back, float your heart up. And then maybe you can take the elbows down to the blocks or the ground. I invite you to sway your hips side to side. Explore your edge. Explore your depth. Listening to the body, noticing what body part is feeling that stretch right here, right now. Invite the breath there. Cool. Set up for a quad stretch if that feels okay on your back knee. You can walk your hands up. Keep the left palm on the earth. Let your right hand reach behind you. And then keep your left ankle flexed as you bend your left knee to catch it with your right hand. And then kick your left foot back, taking your right hand with it. Feel your shoulders squeeze together, lift through your heart. And then you can start to pull the left heel in towards the outer left glute. Breathe into the quad. Last breath here. Cool. Now we'll set up for the pyramid pose. You can let your foot go, heel toe your right foot in towards the middle of your mat. Hover your back knee off the floor so you can slide that left foot higher up your mat. So you got about 1 leg's distance between your feet. And then do a little sway forward and back. Find that equal position where you have just as much weight in the front leg as you do in the back leg. Hook the right hip back, lengthen through your spine, and then soften in. Now your hands can be on blocks here, or you can just walk your fingertips back, point them towards the back edge of your mat. Or interlace your hands at the sacrum and let your knuckles drift up and overhead for heart expansion. Keep hugging in the midline with the inner thighs. Use those quads. Good. Now your wrists can find your low back if you're in the bind. Halfway rise with the spine either way. Set up for the twisted version of this pose. Right hand on your lower back as the left hand comes to the block beneath your chin. Or you can root down your right foot with your left hand. Just push a lot with that left palm. The right hand's on the sacrum so you can feel that it's level. And then you can start to turn your chin up if you're balancing and breathing okay. Maybe the right arm lifts. Keep hugging the right hip back. Feel the inner thigh action. Breathe into the back body. Exhale to the belly. Keep that micro bend in your right elbow. Use your triceps. Inhale. Now keep the twist. Just look down with your eyes. Coming into revolved half moon, walk your left hand forward. You could bring your block with you as you lift your left toes off the floor. Find that same steadiness, same extension through the left ball mound, turning on the left quad, the left glute. Notice the more you internally rotate your left thigh, the more your right ribs can open to the sky. Awesome. Now, two options from here. You can take your hands to the earth and step your left foot back, followed by the right, cycle through, or practice a few hops. Have your hands on the floor, and then notice as you lift your left foot to the sky, your right foot can hop back a little bit. You can do that again. You can hop your way all the way to plank, or you can hop into a handstand and then float from your handstand. Take your time. Just like plank pose in the sky. Big toes together, squeeze through the knees. Cycle through. I'll meet you in the dog. Phew. Nice. Here we are. Lift your left leg to the sky, and then we'll step it forward outside the left hand. Right knee down, lizard pose is where we're headed. Can be on your fingertips or your blocks. Just look up, breathe in, and soften down. Elbows to the ground, perhaps. Rock it out. Well, you can find your expression of the quad stretch. Maybe you keep your right elbow on the floor. Perhaps the right hand finds its way. Otherwise, either way, the left hand reaches back, catch the right foot, and first just kick your right foot back. Nice, keep your heart lifted, pull the heel in. We'll take 5 breaths, take it slow. Nice, can you tone the low abdomen, feel the length in the tailbone? Because we're twisting and we're back bending here. So protect your spine, protect your sacrum by finding your core. Ooh, sweet. Your next pose is pyramid pose. So here we go. Walk that left foot towards the midline of your mat. Tucking the back toes, you can hover your back knee and slide that right foot farther up. That back foot's at a 45 degrees, just like when we did Warrior One. And then you can kind of pedal the weight forward and back. Find that sweet spot. Take that long spine on the in-breath and then soften in. You can look at the ground. You can look at your feet. You can look at your knees, getting a little squeeze and a micro bend. Hands can be on blocks, or you can drape them back, or you can lace them behind your back. These are great prep poses for your handstand practice. So we're gonna find that halfway lift on the breath in and then move into the twisted version of the pose. Right hand down on a block underneath your chin, or I like to root down my foot so it doesn't come off the ground. So I put my right hand webbing over my left foot. And then you can take that left hand to the low back, find the symmetry in your sacrum, let the chin spin up. And then magically your left arm lifts and is revealed. Feel the inner thighs squeeze to the midline. Shoulder blades squeeze to the midline. And can you still breathe? Yes, you can. Now just turn the eyes to the ground, walk your right hand forward, lift your right toes for the revolved half moon. Now see if you can absorb the length of your right thigh bone into your pelvis. Spiral your right toes in, keep your legs strong and long, and notice how that helps you lift your left ribs. Use the right glute, the perineum, hug to the midline, one more breath. Cool, then left hand down. Here's where you can simply step back or hop it up. So hands on the ground, just like we started, root into the fingertips, shoulder distance apart, push down with your palms, and then it's the strength of the right hamstring helping you lift your right foot. The left heel, you kick towards your left seat until you magically find that balance. Take time, and then when you feel that float, you can extend the left leg up the right, cycle through. You choose your flow. And whether you end up in down dog or child's pose is up to you. Good work. Take a few breaths. Release any expectations. Just notice All this hard work you've already done, all this practice you've already done. You have the tools, you have everything you need. So now we'll let it shine. From your downward dog, we'll practice a few donkey kicks. So in your dog pose, you're gonna have your hands shoulder distance apart, and then make your down dog a little shorter. So walk your feet slightly forward, like one footprint. Big toes are gonna touch. You're gonna lift your heels a lot, look up. Now bend your knees a lot, and then feel the power of your legs. We did all of those lunge pulses, so you can find that strength. You're gonna hop off the ground on a breath out, and then keep your heels drawn into your seat. Keep looking up, and then come back into that short dog. Let's go for 5. Yeah, so on your exhale, bounce off the ground, kick your heels towards your seat, use your finger pads, your ball mounds, come back to the earth. Good, for 3. Take your time. It's okay if you need a break in between, but remember, it's this pushing of the hands, the pressing of the ball mount. If you find your float, hold it. Take 2 more rounds. Last one. Awesome. Now I'll give you the option here. If you want to practice next to a wall, you can use your donkey kicks to get you there. So I'll pivot around here. From my wall, I'll have my fingertips alongside the baseboard. Exactly the same thing. I'm going to lift my heels, bend my knees, and I'm trying to hop my feet up to the wall and then see if you can hold it. Okay, if it's challenging to hop your feet up, then you can also do this next variation. I'll show you. If you're in this wall handstand, just hang out there. If you're having a hard time finding that, I'm going to use this banister. You can instead turn your feet into the wall and then try doing a pike. So you still have support of the wall. You don't have to bounce up, but you can feel what it's like to have the weight in your hands. So this could be a couch underneath your feet. It could be a chair. Just make sure it's a steady one. Let's hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you are floating, stay as long as you've got it. Whenever you're done, we'll give the wrists a little attention. So take your time, but just find Pada Hastasana. So that's where you stand on your hands. Ooh, nice. So whether you nailed your handstand or you even tried it, remember, it's not the point. You did all the practice. You've been working on it during this whole hour. Practice and all will come. Practice kindness, practice compassion. Okay. Awesome. You can slide your hands out from underneath your feet and let your knees bend so you can take a seat. Now we'll extend the legs forward. All of those kick-ups utilized your hamstrings. So we're gonna give our hamstrings one more release. Walk your sitting bones out underneath you. Feel free to have a bend in your knees. Lift your arms up, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Relax your neck. You could put a block or a pillow beneath your forehead. Go slow as you rise. We'll make our way onto the back. If you know you want to have some kind of pillow over your eyes, make sure you drag that towel or eye pillow back with you. But when you lie down, keep your knees drawn in. We're going to find a figure 4 here. So right ankle crosses over the left thigh. So let your left foot come to the earth with your left knee bent. Or interlace your hands behind your left hamstring, hug your legs in. Check in with your skull, your shoulders looped back, your sacrum on the mat. Using the right elbow to push the right thigh away. Active through your ankles. Awesome. And then with that left foot on the ground, we'll simply switch, kick that right foot to the floor, left ankle over the right thigh. You can stay like that. Or lace your hands behind your right thigh, hug in. Micro arch in the back. Strong flex through the ankles. Good. Now reach for the instep of that left foot, followed by the right to find a happy baby. Ananda Balasana. Ananda means bliss, joy. Find it as you curl the edges of your lips into a smile. Acknowledging yourself for the hard work you did today here on your mat and for the past several months as we face these challenges. Better days are ahead. So give yourself this time to rest. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a breath in. And then exhale, relax into Shavasana, corpse pose. Extend your legs long. Have one heel on each corner of your mat. Extend your arms long. Loop your shoulders back. You can run your tongue across the top row of your teeth. And then the bottom. Swallow. And relax your throat. And just relax into that satisfying sensation after working hard. Let it drive you. Continuing to listen to your breath, your thoughts, your body. Please rest as long as you need. And remember, you did everything you need for yourself to feel complete today. You gave yourself this time to connect with your breath, your body, your mind. And that piece of connection, it's what we all seek. It's a basic human need. But if we can't find it with ourself and our spirit, it's going to be really hard to find it with anyone else. So if you need more time to find it, take all the time you need. And then when you're ready, with intention, awaken the toes, the fingers. Find that long stretch through the arms and eventually roll to one side. Relax any old stories into the earth, any old coping mechanisms that no longer serve you. And when you're ready to rise, move into a seat with closed eyes. Thank you for joining me today. Join your hands together at heart center, feeling the beat of your heart, the rhythm of your breath. Grateful to be alive today, to wake up, to do the hard work. Now, what are you going to do with this beautiful life of yours? The light in me honors the divine light within you. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me and doing all of that challenging work. And I hope you feel good, strong, and determined, because you are. And if handstands are in your goals for this year, I do want to do another handstand workshop series, so you can join me, look out for that. And just know, like all good things, the things that you really want to accomplish take hard work and determination. So just keep it up. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And happy Friday. I'll see you next time.